It's like just one thing after another. And the other day, my 4-year-old who's about to turn 5, she plays softball, all right? And she's actually pretty good, you know. She's actually pretty good at hitting. And she can hit the ball really well. She hits and runs and all this kind of stuff. But she's absolutely terrible at catching. Like I don't think terrible is a good enough word to describe where she's at in the catching department. Like if the ball is rolling on the ground, I mean, like that's not a problem. Like we're gonna get that ball, we're gonna throw it, that's fine. But if the ball is coming in the air, it's just like, I mean, like God can help her do it, but that's it. All right, you know what I'm saying? Without His help, there is no way that ball is getting in that glove. Like we'll be out in the backyard, and if it goes in the glove, that means that I perfectly placed it trajectory-wise into her glove from 10 feet away. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at in the catching department. And something happened the other day, you know, at one of her softball games. You know, like I'm one of those dads that's just like yelling the entire time, you know, encouragement, like, you can do it, all right, you can do it, swing, you know, like all that, you know, I'm just yelling the entire time, right? Well, the coach decides that he's going to put my daughter on the pitcher's mound for this one particular inning. And it's coach pitch with a 4 and 5 years old. So there's a coach out there that's actually pitching. So my daughter's standing like next to or behind the coach. And the pitcher's mound is really, really close to the batter, all right? You know, and she can't catch. So I don't know if anybody knows what it's like to be a father and when you're terrified and you're scared for your kids and you're just like, this is bad. Like I needed to actually leave, you know, to get somewhere or whatever. And my wife was like, don't you need to go? I was like, I can't leave. She's on the pitcher's mound. I'm absolutely just terrified right now. And, you know, and we're screaming at her. We're like, pay attention. The batter's swinging. He's swinging. He's swinging. You know, she's swinging. You pay attention. And she'll be like, okay, yeah. And she'll get ready. And she'll put, you know, and she'll like have her glove like behind her, you know, or whatever. And I'm like, put your glove in front of you. Get ready. You know, she's like, oh, okay, yeah. She remembers. And then like 5 seconds, then 5 seconds later, she's like, like there's just a constant song going through her head, you know. You know, just out there having the best time in the world. I'm like, pay attention! There's a batter, and it's gonna hit a ball, and it's gonna hit you in the face, and you gotta get ready! You know, because I understand a little bit more than what she does. She's just like, oh, you know, whatever. Like they missed the ball there the first couple of times, so I'll just take it easy and check out here this third time, you know. And of course, there's a ball that like literally whizzed by her head, and she was just like looking over here this way or whatever. By the grace of God, you know, did not get hurt. And you know, that and a million other things, God keeps teaching me something. And that day, this is what God was teaching me and showing me. In the book of 1 Peter says this, that we must be vigilant and be sober, for our enemy Satan, he is seeking out whom he may devour, and he's roaring like a lion, seeking out whom he may devour. You know, and if we're not staying alert, if we're not aware of it, if we're not being vigilant, and we'll just forget there's somebody throwing arrows, weapons, artillery, and missiles at our face. And, you know, a lot of times we'll just be like, just dancing in our own little thing, you know, and just arrows flying right by our face. Just completely unaware. You know what I mean? Completely unaware. But we got to know that we're in a fight. You got to know. It doesn't really matter if you want to be in the fight or not. You're in it. It doesn't really matter. You're like, I don't really want to fight. I don't want to fight. I'm a peacemaker. I don't really want to fight with anybody. Well, it doesn't really matter if you want to or not. Because somebody wants to fight with you. And somebody wants to hurt you. And somebody wants to take your life and destroy your mind and destroy your heart and put scars on you. Not scars on your arms. I'm talking about scars on your heart. Scars on your emotions. Things that people, it would take a miracle from God to recover from. That's how He wants to hurt you. He wants to devour your life. Jesus Christ said it like this in John chapter 10, verse 10. He said, the thief, our enemy, Satan, he has come to do some things to you. He's come to steal from you, to kill you, and to destroy you. That's what he's after. Now, Now, obviously, if I'm saying all these things and right now you're just kind of like, just play the next song. Okay, I'm telling you what that's like. That's seriously like being on the pitcher's mound. Like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Now, a lot of you girls cannot relate to this, but some of you guys may be able to relate with this when somebody wants to fight with you. So I'm a skinny guy, and I was a little guy in school, and everybody wanted to fight with me because I'm the littlest guy, and obviously that's going to make you feel really good about yourself whenever you beat up the little guy, right? I mean, obviously, like the psychology of that is just so overwhelming. You know, like I beat up a guy that's 70 pounds lighter than me. How awesome am I right now, right? You know? Because I weigh about as much as a 7th grade girl. But anyway. But that's beside the point. Anyway, so there was guys always wanting to fight with me. So I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that. Maybe you're the big guy, maybe the little guy, whatever. But relate to you're about to get into a fight. Does anybody know what it's like when you're about to get into a fight? Imagine when you go to a place and you know there's somebody there that wants to fight you. There's somebody in the room and they want to fight you. What are you doing in that moment when there's somebody in the room that wants to fight you? You're looking around and you're trying to find them. And you're looking and you're just like, you know, like either you're wanting to find them to rush to them or you're wanting to find them to try to stay away from them. You know what I mean? And you're looking and you're aware and you're like, where is this at? Because you know that it could be coming at any time. That there's somebody out there that wants to hurt you and fight you. And your knees start to shake and your hands start to shake and your heart beats really fast. And you're looking and you're vigilant and you're sober and you're aware that somebody is after you. Do you feel me tonight? Yeah. And the Bible says to be sober, to be vigilant, to be aware, to stay alert. Somebody's after you. And he's going to get you when where you don't think it would matter. He may get you. See, I'm not one of these people that would say, you know, don't listen to secular music and don't watch R-rated movies. I'm not one of those people that says that. But don't think for a second that he won't get you there.
Amen.
He will.
Amen.
He'll get you through a song lyric. He will. You're like, oh, I don't listen to lyrics. Huh? Well, maybe one day you will. I don't really, those kind of scenes in movies don't really bother me. Well, maybe one day they will. If you don't walk into it knowing that you're in a fight. Oh, well, you know, I mean, I just party a little bit, you know. I mean, it's not a big deal. Well, you better friggin' party with, like, vigilance and soberness. You understand what I'm saying? Because don't think for a second that the devil doesn't want you to get addicted. Yeah, he wants that. Don't think for a second that he wants you to have sex outside of marriage. Yeah, he wants that. He wants you to drop your guard. He wants you to think it's okay. He wants you to believe the world's lies. He wants you to think, oh, well, we're in love with each other, so it's okay. There's a reason why it's not okay. See, God made sex and it's beautiful and he wants you to have a lot of it, but he's got a design for it to happen the right way. And people laugh, but you know, and that's fine. But we don't talk about the right way enough. We always talk about the wrong way. God wants you to have sex. He wants you to get married and have sex and be fruitful and multiply. That's what he wants. It's in the Bible. Read it. It's right there. But he's got a design and a plan that a man would leave his father and mother and become one with his wife. And until you're ready for that, stay away from it. You know why? Because 100% of us all that have done it the other way and that have stepped outside of that plan regret it and wish we could go back and take it back and start all over. Because nothing ever good happens out of it. It never ends the way we want. It's never like the movies. It never ends the way we want it to end. And that's when you come to this place. Whenever you become a disciple of Jesus Christ and you just make up your mind, I believe in him and I'm going to follow him even when it doesn't make sense. Okay, the world is saying to go this way, but Jesus, you're going to say to go this way, and that just sounds weird and that sounds foreign, but I'm just going to trust you. Amen. I'm going to trust you that you want me to love my enemy and I don't really get that and I don't really understand that and that's really going to be hard for me to do, but I'm going to trust you and you're going to help me do that. You want me to forgive that person who's put emotional scars on me when I was young or last week or whenever. You want me to forgive that person. That's going to be really hard for me. But because I know that that's what you want me to do, if you give me the grace, I'm going to do it. Amen. You got to be sober. You got to be vigilant. You got to be alert. You got to know you're in a fight tonight. Amen. Whether you want to be there or not, you're in a fight. It's a fight for your heart, a fight for your soul, it's a fight for your life. And he'll attack you in things that if you ever say something so stupid like, it's no big deal. I get so mad at Christians who preach the gospel of it's okay to do this and it's okay to do that. Like really, like who cares what it's okay to do? If you are thinking, if your life is focused and centered on what it's okay to do, you're not even, that's such a self-centered sentence. Well, it's okay to do this. Oh, it's okay for me to do this, or it's okay for me to do that. Who cares about what it's okay to do? Wouldn't you rather do what God wants you to do? Wouldn't you rather be asking questions? Oh, yeah. Like somebody came up to me one time and said it's a sin for you to wear shorts. Okay? Like, that's about as silly as I can go with an example tonight. The guy was like, yeah, it's a sin. God told me it was a sin for me to wear shorts, and He's told me it's a sin to wear shorts, and so it's a sin for you to wear shorts. And I was like, okay, well, when it's 90 degrees outside, you have fun with your pants, and I'm going to wear shorts. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not like, hey man, do you know it's okay to wear shorts? You know, hey, you're not going to go to hell if you wear shorts. Now, insert whatever you like there. Who cares what it's okay to do? Because when you're thinking that way, let me tell you, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Stay alert, stay sober, be vigilant. Because if you're focused on what it's okay to do, then that is exactly where your life will stay. It'll stay right there on what it's okay to do. Instead of this other focus that we could say, God, what do you want me to do today? Where do you want me to go? What do you want to do in my life? What do you want to do with my heart? What do you want to speak to me? How do you want to use me today? Wherever you want me to go, that's where I want to go. Don't you see the difference between, but it's okay to do this, so I'm going to go over here and do this. Who cares what it's okay to do? You got to be alert. You got to stay alert and know that somebody's out there to destroy your life and take your life. Get your mind off of what it's okay to do. Get your mind off whatever the world wants you to do. Get your mind set on being a disciple and following Jesus. And don't be too hard on yourself when you mess up and you don't have it figured out. If you read the stories of the disciples, I believe that Jesus was figuratively slapping them constantly. You know, He was like, don't you believe yet? I've just raised people from the dead in front of you. I fed 4,000 people in front of you. You guys are like being just complete crazy morons out there. Don't you even believe yet? And He's just figuratively slapping them all the time. And they were what? They were disciples. They were following Him. They were walking with Him. So don't be too hard on yourself when you don't have it figured out. You just keep following. You keep following. And when everybody else turns away, you make up your mind that you're going to be like the disciple Peter, that you say, you know, when Jesus comes and says, are you going to walk away too? Are you going to walk away too? They started walking away. All those people at that party walked away. Are you going to walk away too? And you just make up your mind. You're going to say what Peter said. Lord, who else would we go to? You have the words of life. We're not leaving. We're not going anywhere. We're going to follow you. We're going to follow you. Here's what I want you to do. Wherever you're at, wherever your heart's at tonight, let's just come clean with God together. Maybe you don't have anything wrong with your heart or your spirit tonight. That's cool. That's awesome. Good for you. If you do, let's make it right tonight. Whether you're a Christian or whether you're not a Christian, if you're here tonight, you be honest. Everybody's eyes are open. Everybody's eyes are looking at me. I've sinned a lot. If it was a competition, I'd be up there, right up there with the best of them, all right? So it's not about a competition. It's not about being weird or whatever. I'm going to ask you if you have sin in your life, if you want to make things right with God, to lift up your hand in just a second. When I do, people are going to lift up their hand, and I know that you're like, oh, I'm going to lift up my hand. People are going to see me. Check this out. Listen, everybody in this room has sinned. Nobody's going to look at you and go, oh, you sinned? Are you serious? What did you do? I thought we were friends. Why didn't you tell me about this? No one's going to say that to you. Nobody's going to look at you and go, oh, it was her. I knew it. No one's going to do that. And I tell you that tonight to take away your fears, to take away your insecurities, to not worry about what anybody else thinks about you tonight. As a matter of fact, to not think about them, not look at them, not worry about them. And if it takes closing your eyes, then do that. But right now, this is between you and God, and a moment between you and Him, to come to Him and say, yes, the things in my life, I need your forgiveness. I want you to forgive me tonight. Yes. I want you to forgive me. Maybe you be honest and say, I haven't been sober, I haven't been vigilant, I haven't been alert, and the enemy has actually been just lobbing missiles in my face, and they've been blowing up in my life, and my life is just going down the wrong path, and I'm a mess, and I need to change my direction. Or maybe you're just here tonight and you say, I've never given my life to Jesus Christ, and I want to become a child of God, and I want God to forgive me my sins, and I want to begin to follow Jesus, and I believe now that I'm in a fight, and I want Him to teach me how to live and the right way to live. Maybe that's you. However it is, man, wherever you're at, if you're here and you have sin in your life, you want to make things right with God tonight, and you'd like to pray with me to make things right with God tonight, what I want you to do right now is this. I want you to lift up your hand high up in the air right now. God bless you, man. God bless you guys. Awesome. Just lift it up right where you're at. Lift it up high up in the air.